and being your own boss, no one can tell you if you're late.
Wait, why do you always say I'm late then?
Well, because it's not your stream. Welcome to Talking Heads, everyone. Episode 358. Your once-weekly live show for the latest in beer and tech news. I'm Jeff.
I'm John.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining on this Wednesday night, or in podcast form over on Spotify or wherever your favorite podcasts are found. If you've never seen the show before, we talk beer, we talk tech, we talk games, pop culture, entertainment, sometimes some Star Trek. All super chats are read on the air so long as they will not permanently demonetize the channel. We do drink alcohol on the show, and if you're drinking along with us, alcoholic or not, let us know in the chat, and we'll give some early show shoutouts as we go along. Last but not least, if you'd like to take part in the super secret chat and the super secret after party, think about joining the Patreon. Link is down in the video description. As a bonus, you'll get exclusive access to my Discord server, where you can chat with myself, John, Rhett, Steve, all the hosts from Talking Heads, and join the awesome community that hangs out over there.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Oh my gosh. Usually it takes me like 20 minutes to get home. It took me an hour and 38 minutes to get home.
Jeez.
Just that Wilsonville I-5. No reason, nothing. No wreck.
Yeah.
No. I don't get it. And then sometimes it's clear. There wasn't even a drop of rain. I mean, you could probably understand it if there was rain.
Right.
Kind of. It'd be like, oh, everyone's freaking out. It's raining or whatever. No, dry as a bone.
Yep.
Just bumper to bumper. It was horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't miss driving I-5 coming home. Not one bit. And I haven't had to do I-5 as a daily commute since 2007. So it's been almost 20 years since I've had to commute on I-5. That is weird to say, man. But yeah, no, I don't envy you. I don't miss it. Yeah. I've just been sitting here this afternoon. Actually, this will be a fun teaser for a video for tomorrow. I don't know if the video will get out tomorrow or if it's going to have to wait until Monday or Tuesday. But the Minis Forum MSO1 is making a return to the channel for a very good reason. I got a video card for it. If anyone can guess in chat what that video card is, be my guest. But I got a video card for it. And I've been testing it for the last hour or so. And it's fun. John, when you get here on Friday, that's the PC you'll be playing on.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's a fun one. Yeah, I'm bringing a super cool rig for you to play on. The other part of that rig is, you know those portable screens you can get, like 17-inch, and put them next to your laptop? How about a double?
A double? Ooh, nice.
So that's the screen that's going with it.
Cool.
Yeah.
That'll be a fun little setup.
So I'm looking forward to that. I'm still going to have my standard setup. I've got an ITX rig. I've got a 34-inch ultra-wide, and then I've got a 27 that sits above that. Not exactly portable, but it's still an ITX rig, and it still only takes, one person to haul all of it in, which is awesome. But yeah, no, you'll be gaming on something just a little bit bigger than a laptop, if you think about like footprint goes.
Sweet, that's more room for the all of my mugs or flasks that'll be there. Those water flasks, yes.
It is a dry event, John.
Well,
but we can go have drinks at lunch.
The parking lot's public property.
This is true. They do recommend against that. So we can have drinks at lunch. Anyway.
Lunch drinks sounds fantastic, and
Yeah.
lunch breakfasts and lunch dinners.
A couple guesses at an A2000. That's cute. That's a cute suggestion. Hey, Veronica's in chat. Hey, Veronica. I'm so tired. Yep. I think a lot of us are kind of tired. Let's see. RTX 400? Nope. Unless you meant RTX 4000.
Jeez, look at that.
Radeon Pro W7000? That definitely won't fit. Vega 64? That definitely won't fit. Remember, this is a tiny little box. It is half height, half length, single slot. We're cramming a graphics card into like a dual NVMe adapter. Like, it's a crazy little card. Yeah, A4000 then. Yes. RTX 4000 Ada, small form factor. 20 gigabyte graphics card.
Oh, jeez.
Is in that tiny little box.
I'm over here thinking like, man, I can't wait. I need an 8 gig card. It's going to be great. You're all like, yeah, I got 20 micro.
It is a spicy little number. Voodoo Graphics. No, but I do know someone who is bringing Voodoo Graphics.
Oh, I'm Steve.
Oh, you are Steve. I think I can fix that. Hold on. There we go. Now you're John.
There we go.
Yeah, that's better. Jeff slaps roof. Yeah, you can fit so many gigabytes in this thing. Not only do I have the 4000 Ada SFF in here in a very custom cooler, I've also got a 1 terabyte U.2 and a 4 terabyte NVMe for storage. And it's also a 14 core 20 thread 13900H processor. So,
jeez,
it's only 32 gigs of RAM. I don't have a 64 gig kit that I don't have a spare 64 gig kit to put in. So,
there you go.
Corners had to be cut somewhere.
Pathetic, Jeff. Pathetic. 'Tis a peon.
Yeah.
How shall I play on such a thing? 120 is my minimum.
I'm sorry, okay? Anyway, this show's going to be very loose. My brain is kind of fried. I've had so much going on this week. Notwithstanding the least of which I may or may not have scheduled a video to go live 24 hours before an embargo lift. Yeah, I didn't have a great Tuesday morning waking up. We can talk about that if we want. But yeah, there's really no agenda for the show. It's literally just, let's hang out. Let's answer some questions. Let's do a Q&A. Let's drink some beers. That sounded fun tonight. I'm going to start with an old classic.
What do we got?
I got a Voodoo
Megalodon.
Ranger. Oh. Ooh. I don't have a Megalodon. Megalodon would be really good. I went with kind of the next best thing though. New Belgium, Voodoo Ranger, Imperial IPA.
Sure.
So a hefty double IPA.
Nice double IPA.
9%. Yep. Classic craft beer.
Yep. Let's see. What do we got here? I'm gonna go with this one. I have. It's not a big beer. It's not as big as yours, but I will say I think the artwork is so.
There we go.
All right. Oh, there you go. I think my art is gonna outbeat yours, although it's very hard to read. So this is Nightmare Brewing's Windlass of Erasum, and it's oh, I don't know. We might even have to censor this one because it's kind of graphic. It's very. I'm gonna go ahead and censor that part. But there's a body under there, very graphic.
You didn't think about that can art when you grabbed the beer, did you?
I did not think of the can art.
I appreciate you censoring that can.
So there we go. There is a body. Very detailed artwork.
Yeah.
But what it is a sour ale with blackberries, blackcurrant, and black sea salt. 6.5%. On another wonderful glass.
Very nice. Evening, my dudes. Any recommendations on a self-hosted Discord alternative? I've never really looked into that. Like an IRC or a chat program or anything like that. I don't know that there's like a straight up Discord alternative, but I know there's open source alternatives to like Microsoft Teams, which gives very similar functionality. Self-hosted Teams alternative. Trying
there
to think
was
of the
one I heard of. I forgot what it was called.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the
Telegram.
Teams alternative.
No. Matter no.
Might have been Zulip. Yeah, I think it was Zulip. So ZULIP. That's the one that I've heard of before. In fact, I can pop that up. There you go. Yeah, this is the one that I've heard that people have switched off of Teams. And in fact, hey, look, it's an open source alternative to Discord. Rocket Chat, Zulip, Mattermost, Element, Cine. I've not tried any of these, so don't take this as gospel. But I haven't at least heard of Zulip. So, hope that helps. Hey, Veronica says I can sit in with her band. All right, woohoo! Would that incorporate voice chat as well? Threaded conversations, cross-platform apps available on desktop and mobile. API access, migration, community support. I don't see any voice chat support.
I mean, there's always like something like Slack, but I don't know.
Yeah,
exactly what you're looking for. I mean, because you can do a Slack community.
Yeah.
If you're asking that, but are you looking for something that like you can share a link to, or
I think he's specifically yeah. It all depends on what the functionality you're looking for is. I think he's looking for self-hosted chat, threaded or threaded chats and voice is what the two things that I saw him bring up. So I'm still not seeing the one I remember, but it was about 2 years ago that I remember. God, I can't even remember the last voice chats that I used to host. Ventrilo, something like that. I used to host. But I mean, that's just like an open channel voice chat. It's meant for gaming, not necessarily for meetings or conversations or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Zapirate says, Craft Computing, have I looked at the Gigabyte G292 Z20? Of course I freaking have. Epic Rome processor server with 8 graphics cards in a 2U box. Oh yeah. Yeah, let's pull up this little number.
What is?
Yeah, no, I am quite familiar with this server. For some reason, it's not bringing up the full screen images. But yeah, John, check this out. Epic Rome or Milan compatibility. It does 7002 or 7003 CPU. So you could drop a 64-core Rome chip into this, of which I have one. I have a 7742. 512 gigs of DDR4 memory. And then you have 8 PCI Express slots, all directly wired to the CPU.
Oh my gosh.
It's a fun. Oh, and integrated 10 gig networking, so you don't have to have a dedicated card. And then on the front of the server, you have 8. I believe it's SATA SAS and then 2 U.2s.
Oh, nice. Oh gosh.
So yeah.
Yeah, so you have the same SATA inputs as you do graphics cards.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
Yeah, 6 SATA and then 2 M.2 slots with Gen 3x4. Yeah, 6 SATA slots and then 2 M.2 or U.2.
Jeez.
So yeah, it's. I am well aware of this box. The problem is, used, they still run between $800 and $1,000 if you want Rails.
Oh my god!
So
that's not horrible.
It's really not bad. The problem is, even buying it for the channel, like I have enough graphics cards to fill that thing. But they're like M40s and M60s and cards like that. And I'm not really interested in running those anymore. Like, once you go A5000, you don't go back. And even getting a card like a P100, you're looking at $140 to $200 per graphics card. Buying 8 of those, you're into it, $1,000.
$1,000.
$1,000, maybe trending 1,600 if you can't find a good deal on them. So yeah, it's an expensive project to get into. It's a very expensive project to get into for me, because I can't exactly find someone to sponsor used parts. That's one of the more difficult things about running my channel, is I have to buy all the parts for my channel outside of the new samples that I get, and the new samples I often don't get a pick. So if I want to do something like this, it's out of pocket.
Well, I mean, you don't need car parts.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah.
And you don't need diapers. It's fine.
Don't need diapers. I mean, the 3 kids hardly eat at all. Like, it's
their stomachs are tiny.
Right, right.
They'll survive.
That sounds like you're listing off Pokemon when I was talking about the open source. SPX says, have I started building my studio yet? No. I've talked about this briefly. I won't go into too many details, but so I sold the bricks last year. I still have the money from the bricks sitting in a savings account, but I was expecting revenue to go up in the previous year, not down, and it went down pretty hard this last year. A lot of my long-term partners pulled out from doing ad integrations. Took me 6 months to fill some of those spots, and even now, like, I don't have all my videos sponsored even today. Whereas when I was selling the bricks, I was doing 8 videos a month, and I had a sponsorship on every video, so I was making enough money that I could make that happen. Literally August of last year, so right after I started selling the bricks, all of my sponsorship money dried up, and I had a rough 6 months there. I'm still not in the black as far as like where I want to be or need to be. But I'm hoping with the sale of our upcoming Axe Effect product, which you might hear more about within the next couple of weeks, we'll be breaking ground maybe in February. So that's nice. Literally priority 1, is to get me more space to operate.
Now, are you still now the plans and the design that you got approved? Is that still okay by the city, or do you have to resubmit it?
I'm probably going to have to resubmit it. It should be a fairly easy process because they should have me on the books somewhere. As far as that goes, I had some preliminary drawings and setbacks approved. I need to make sure that I'm still good to do that. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to go talk to, there's a steel building place like a mile from my house. I'm going to go check them out and say, hey, would you guys be willing to slap this together for me? Because I'm not looking at building a structure with a permanent foundation. It's going to be essentially a shed, but and pier blocks. So I'm going to drill down some 24-inch pier blocks and then cement those in, and then we'll just put struts on top of that and build up. So pretty simple construction. Yeah, permits, that's a thing. Yeah, part of the process is going to be like literally as soon as money starts coming in, going and getting the permits drawn. That's what was taking so long last time, and I'm hoping it's a much simpler process this time around. But if there's any holdup, it could be July before I'm breaking ground. Because, yay, bureaucracy. But yeah, no, hopefully it's a pretty quick turnaround, and I mean, hopefully everything willing by April, May. I'm in a new building with all the space in the world to do the things that I need to do. So
well, hopefully it's got AC right during the heat time and a metal. They're like, yeah, let's make this metal now.
Well, it's a metal building, but it will be fully insulated. Walls, ceiling, roof, everything. Floors will be insulated. And I am planning on doing a split unit AC. So
nice.
If I can still get it approved, it's going to be a 2-story structure. It's going to be about 18 by 32 feet. So 18 by 32 times 2 for square footage. It's, what did I determine that to be? 32, 576. Yeah, so about
1,000, just under.
About 1,000 square foot, 1,100. Yeah. When it's all said and done. And not a livable space, but a workshop. So it will be a garage-like structure.
The second story, are you doing stairs or are you doing like an outside entry?
Stairs.
Stairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to lose a little bit of square footage just in the stairs.
Yeah, we'll lose some square footage for that, but I figure put a closet space under there. You know, it's not a big deal anyway. The upstairs, I plan on having a lower ceiling because I do have a height requirement that I have to be under to have a 2-story building in a residential area. With the setback that I need. So I need to be able to maintain that. But even if it's like a 7-foot ceiling upstairs, that's a lot of space that I can use for storage and a podcast space because I don't necessarily need to like move around there. But I want a 9-foot ceiling downstairs so I don't feel claustrophobic. I can get lights up and away from me and still have plenty of room to do everything. So use the understairs for rack space. No, that's a terrible idea. That's way too cramped. For a full server rack, I want to be able to walk around the server rack. I don't want to be cramped trying to crawl into it. Plus, I might be putting in multiple racks. So does Rhett get a room?
Yeah, it's under the stairs.
Yeah, under the stairs, exactly.
Oh,
he gets the Harry Potter cupboard.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Yeah, if the eBay seller is big enough, they might sponsor you. I've had some luck reaching out to eBay sellers. I have on occasion gotten some eBay distributors to send me some gear. In fact, I'm working with a couple of them right now. I might have a line on some recertified hard drives that I might be able to get a hold of for review samples, plus have discount codes to give out to you guys very shortly for home lab hard drives. So yes, stay tuned for that. How would you feel about testing a cooled rack? I already have a cooled rack. I have an air-conditioned rack. I have a trip mount SR7K RM. It's a 7,000 BTU, 800 watt, basically air conditioner that I put inside of a rack, and it uses the front of the rack as plenum space for air intake for the servers.
Didn't you make a video on that or a series?
I did. I made a couple videos on that. It's been multiple years. It's been 2021, I think, is when I installed that. But it's been running fantastically. I don't have to run it during the winter because the rack is in the garage and it's 40 degrees in my garage. But during the summer, I saw upwards of about a 17 degree delta ambient temperature to intake temperature. That's 17 degrees Fahrenheit, about 8 or 9 degrees Celsius. Yeah. Been digging the 10 terabyte recertifieds. They're about $80 right now. Yeah, the 10 terabytes are really good. The 12 terabytes, if you look around, you can get the 12s for right around $80 as well. I've seen them as low as 80 or 85. Once you go to 14, you jump up to about 125, which is still a decent price if you're buying like 4 to 6 drives, but if you're needing to stuff something full, the capacity gain is not worth it. So yeah, 80 for a 10 terabyte. I've been seeing that a lot lately, that price point.
Yeah.
Even 12 terabytes that low. SATA or SAS. Typically, those are going to be SAS drives at that price. SATA tends to be a little bit more expensive because you can use them in any system, not just a server. So, someone else had a question too.
Oops, wrong one. I didn't see one.
I thought I saw another one. eBay or Amazon for said refurbished. This is going to be an eBay seller. Also, I have behind me, I think I teased this once last week, but I'm going to be reviewing this literally as soon as I get back from the LAN on Monday. I have an Alienware R12, Aurora R12, 12th gen Intel with an RTX 3080 Ti. I believe, from an eBay seller that has a pretty aggressive price and a great warranty on them. They sent me this one to test out so I could review it and share it with all of you. So, and hey, it's 12th gen, so it doesn't suffer from the Intel. Well, Meltdown was a different issue, but over voltage issue. It's Alder Lake. It's great. So,
those prices.
well, with 8 20 terabyte drives and a RAID Z2 in an HL15, I have 5 slots to fill. Grab yourself 5 12 terabyte drives, maybe, for $80 a pop. Give yourself a nice little secondary, secondary array. If it's less critical things, run it in a Z1. You get, 48 terabytes of space with a 1 drive failover. Not a bad way to run.
No, and in all honesty, I guess you can, depends what you're doing, but multiple drives failing at once, if they are refurbished, I guess that is probably possible. But yeah, your 1 drive is more likely going to happen instead of all of them. Or multiple.
Yeah. Non-tech question. How are the kiddos doing? Kiddos are doing pretty well. Yeah. I'm not going to get too personal, but yeah, kiddos are doing well. Though some people are in the know about my youngest. My youngest is highly special needs. He is completely nonverbal. He's turning 3 later this month, and so that'll be really fun. But we have seen kind of an explosion the last couple of months of some communication skills that he's having, and he's starting to not necessarily be able to say words, but we're seeing sounds correspond to words and actions. And this morning he asked me for a hug and gave me a hug, and that was exactly what he wanted. And that is like,
you're like, that's the best feeling.
I'm welling up a little bit just thinking about it, because it's like, my son at 3 years old finally asked me for a hug and walked over and gave me a hug, and it was just the coolest freaking thing ever. So yeah, Still a very, very difficult, very taxing experience, but so incredibly rewarding. And no, he's doing fantastic. So thank you. Yeah, I've considered eventually making a video about him, just introducing him and saying, "Hey, this is my son," because you know, I'm more than just a tech guy. I'm still a person. I'm still a human. I deal with things off camera that aren't tech related. I know that's weird to think about, but yeah. SPX says, my kid was nonverbal too up until 4 years old. He graduated speech therapy at 7. Sign language was super helpful for us. I feel you, brother. They will get better. We introduced some sign language with all of our kids, and it was incredibly helpful for our first two. My youngest, he has some serious gross motor delays. And fine motor delays and all kinds of delays, delays across the board. So there's some thing, like we still actively try to teach him sign language and you know, just the basics: eat, you know, thirsty, hungry, you know, help up, like we do all the basics with him. And he, on top of not being able to verbally communicate back, he's not really able to do the sign language back either. Whether that's a straight up communication processing issue, or whether that's a motor issue, or anything in between. Now, he has been getting a lot better with a lot of fine motor skills. And the other thing is, he is wicked smart at problem solving. So it's like he's nonverbal, but he's also wicked smart at some very, very specific things. And so trying to think of an example. Like he has puzzles and things that he does all the time. And you would think for a kid that can't even hold a fork and get a fork to his mouth, he'd be horrible at puzzles, but he is amazingly good at puzzles. Mm-hmm. And I'm this close to dropping a piano in front of him just to see what happens. Because, yeah, who knows? But the cool thing about going full-time on YouTube is I didn't know the opportunity that it would present to be able to stay home and to be a father to him. And it has absolutely required me and my wife both. And you know, when I went full time up until 2020, you know, I was still kicking out 8 videos a month, like religiously. And then it slowed down a little bit in 2020. I started like trying to refine my process, but get more exact and way better and more refined in the videos that I did. And I think I did that, and I went down to like 6 videos a month, but I was still really happy with that output. The problem is, X was born in November of 2021, and every day after that has been a challenge. Rewarding as hell, do not get me wrong, but a challenge nonetheless. And yeah, there have been some months I've published 3 videos because that's literally all I can do. But being able to do this as a job and still be able to support the family, even though some months have been rough, even though revenue has tanked, even though adpocalypse has happened to me a couple of different times on YouTube, I still have the opportunity to stay home, and I'm so incredibly thankful for that. So if you support me on Patreon, thank you.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, it's literally, there's also a whole backing behind you, Jeff. So
yeah,
and it's the culture that you built and
mm-hmm.
and everything around here. And again, not to plug the stupid Discord, but it's an awesome Discord. You go there and there's it's great. It's fantastic. It's just a broad selection of topics you can freely talk about, however you want. It's computer, it's just random stuff, it's memes, it's pop culture, movie, music, a lot of memes. The memes is probably the best one. And it's only $1, so I highly recommend checking it out for $1. I don't think you're going to be able to find a better Patreon for that price, or Discord server.
Yep. Well, speaking of Patreon, we didn't get to this story last week, but I had it in my notes. Apple has made some changes to their agreements with Patreon, and Apple now wants a 30% cut of all revenue that goes to Patreon if you subscribe to a Patreon through Apple's app. Patreon fought it for a while, but has since backed down to Apple because, well, you either play ball with Apple or you don't play ball. And Apple is requiring 30% of all revenue that goes through the App Store, which includes contributions to creators like me. Part of that policy change is Patreon will no longer allow you to charge per creation. My Patreon is a charge per creation because I feel I want to give people direct ability to give as much or as little as they want. And so the way I've structured my Patreon is if you give me a minimum of $1 and you set a maximum of $1, you will get charged for the first video of every month. But as long as you paid me $1, you get access to the Patreon, or you get access to the Discord. Now, if I post 6 videos in a month and you have no max, it'll charge you $6. And so, but I figure that is more of like, here's $1, I'm going to go watch craft computing. The more I give, the more you get. There's a transaction that takes place, and that's fine. And some people want to give more, some people only have $1, but it gives those who want to give more the opportunity to do that without tearing it off or creating a hierarchy of subscriptions. I never liked that model. But I have until next November to figure out how I'm going to tier off my Patreon, because per creation will no longer be available. And so we'll have to figure something out. I might put this up to the community. Do you want to see a tiered structure? The thing is, right now, I can't offer like behind the scenes content because I don't have time to create behind the scenes content. And so some of those like extra things that you get as a Patreon member, like the $10 tier or whatever else, I can't post my videos early because I literally produce the video and then I post it. That's how I've always operated. I don't have a backstash of 12 videos just waiting to go live.
Yeah. Everyone thinks that's always the case. It's like, no. It just compiled. It just uploaded. All right, go live. Right. Go. That's it.
Right. Yeah, if you watch a video on Tuesday, that's because I edited it on Monday and shot it Sunday night. Like, that's how that works. So, yeah. I'm not quite sure how I want to go about that, because there are some people out there who genuinely want to pay more for the content. They genuinely want to help support, independent content and independent media like me. Put the camera on the casting couch. God damn it. Can't even show you the couch right now because it's covered in parts. I've got like 5 ITX motherboards and a couple of video cards and a NUC and like 2 or 3 mini PCs, because I was doing a couple different projects and I was going through like hardware that I had. There's like 5 spools of filament on there. My laptop bag is on there. Yeah, it's just a mess. But is there a way to give Patreon members to have a YouTube icon? I don't think so. I think the only way to get the membership icon in YouTube is through YouTube memberships.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's YouTube only.
The problem with YouTube memberships is YouTube memberships also takes 30%, which is why I haven't gone with that. Patreon had the most one-to-one return for investment for the users. It was a basically about a 5% transaction charge is all Patreon takes. If you give me $1, I get 95 cents of that. It's a fantastic way to do business. Because you get the most return for your dollar. And I'm not just spoon feeding some corporation that makes billions upon billions per year. Because I'm also definitely not about that. There is technically a way to link YouTube membership to Discord access, but I haven't enabled that. YouTube membership, I've basically just given you the icon and that's all I've done. Because some people like to give me $1 or $2 a month, and they like having the YouTube membership and chat, and then they like to flex with like 80-something months skull, as far as membership chats goes. Yeah, are you able to accept PayPal and stuff? The problem is tracking that as far as income goes, because I am technically a for-profit business. I have to track every bit of income that comes in, and I can't necessarily... It is difficult to track individual donations. Like, I do not... One of the things I will also be doing in February is hiring an accountant to do my books month to month. He's at 74. Sorry. Thank you, Novella. Thank you, Skull. You guys are great. But the ramifications of the Apple thing is Patreon is canceling per creation. Flat out. You can't do it. I can't operate Patreon the way that I did anymore. Is the solution Floatplane? No, because Floatplane costs way more money because I actually pay for all the traffic that Floatplane generates for my channel. If I upload an HD video, I have to pay for the bandwidth for all of my HD subscribers. If I upload a 4K video, I have to pay for the bandwidth for all my 4K subscribers. That's how that works. And so even though I've left my Floatplane public. I think it's $360 or something like that. I only make like $270. Floatplane takes almost 30%, which is a fair amount of money to charge for hosting that content over there. Like I don't begrudge Floatplane that, because Floatplane's not a $1 billion industry and they're hosting their own servers and bandwidth is expensive, yo. But is it the best return for my audience? Not necessarily. So, yeah, it's... The best return was literally you mail me $1. Although then you have to pay 38 cents for a stamp. So that doesn't work either, does it? Well,
they better have gotten forever stamps. Jeez.
Like, there's this whole thing about, like, every entity wants to take 30 or 40%. And as a business owner... And as someone who's also getting into a devices business, I get it. But it's still a tough way to run a business. So yeah. Hey Jeff, got any plans for episode 404?
Yeah. Well, it won't be found.
Yeah, I think we drink Athletic Brewing.
The non-alcoholic episode.
Right. 404, alcohol not found. It's not as fun, but I think that's the most appropriate.
You should just do a live stream and then just not be there and just host not found.
Just broadcast the empty chair.
2 hours of empty chair.
Occasionally make it rock back and forth.
Yeah.
NFTs and crypto may be the answer eventually. Piss off.
I would love an NFT of Jeff.
Yeah. If I wanted to sell you DLC, I would have sold you DLC. Um,
Clash of Clans ads coming soon.
Yeah, Cheese chimes in. For me, PayPal is the cheapest way to operate because it's a non-profit setup, so chip and cheese. Exactly. Yeah, there is. Vince says, "Go buy merch. Go buy merch. Go buy merch." I do all my merch in house, which means I have very little overhead. I'm not paying someone 30% to cut you the merch, and then another 30% to house it, and then another 30% to ship it, and then I get 10% in the end. No, I make margins on merch. So yes, Vince, fantastic idea. Go buy merch. Craftcomputing.store. Nucleated pint glasses, coasters, bottle openers. And I'm looking at actually doing a complete revamp of all the designs for 2025. So
there'll be retro designs. There'll be limited stock of old. There'll be old stock.
Free delivery to Ridgefield, Washington. Free shipping for any U.S. order over $35, and flat rate shipping for all international orders. How's that for a good deal? Geardaw says, merch is nice. I have a mug and a glass. Thank you very much. Our coffee tumblers are freaking great, by the way. I daily drive my coffee tumbler. And it fits into the cup holder of your car. That was very important to me. But all of this is designed and literally cut out in my garage. That's the overhead that I have for my business. Novella Hub says, my Domino's delivery just arrived. You bastard. I have that tumbler. Yay! Speaking of merch, did the beta run of Axe Effect sell out? It absolutely did. We sold 400 units of Axe Effect. And to some pretty good praise. All the feedback has been very, very positive. We've had a couple of little growing pains with certain Wi-Fi deployments not working as expected. And just a couple of bugs that we've had to squash. But other than that, it's been fantastic. We've even acquiesced some feature requests of like, well, you only gave us 32 characters for an SNMP community. What if we had a 128 character SNMP community? It's like, it's only officially supported to 64. What the hell are you doing? Screw it. We'll support 128, but most of them will truncate that at 64. Okay, though. Like we've done that in a firmware update. And in fact, I need to get the latest firmware update because I think that update is included in the latest firmware update. I haven't validated and uploaded to the GitHub yet. Oh, that looks good.
There's the pizza.
Oh, that looks good.
No, that's horrible. There's pineapple.
I know.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
There's pineapple, jalapeno, and bacon. Holy crap, that is amazing.
Oh, take the pineapple off.
You all be the judge of this, okay? Novella Hub just got a pizza. He just got a Domino's. It is bacon, jalapeno, and pineapple.
Look, I like everything except the pineapple. Throw some hot sauce on there. Great. Get rid of that pineapple.
God, that is a good-looking pizza. So we had pizza last night, so I still have a couple slices of Papa Murphy's five meat Chicago.
Oh, 5 meat. Oh, yeah.
Upstairs.
That's a good one.
And I'm going to toss that in the air fryer as soon as I get off of this. Like, during the show, my wife texted me and said, can our oldest have the last 2 slices of pizza? And I said, back off. That is mine.
Fight her for it.
That's right. Zach says, I can't hear the stream over my Moonshot 1500. Oh, that is so much fun. Yeah, I convinced Yakto to buy an HP Moonshot. And so he's been having fun with that. Skull says, I approve, but yeah, probably dropped the pineapple. Also should have done a thin cracker crust. Ooh.
No. The problem with a thin cracker crust pizza when you have lots of toppings, it just like you could eat the whole pizza. I want a little bit of leftovers. There's just I don't know. It just doesn't feel like a pizza. If I'm gonna have thin cracker crust, just add cheese and pepperoni is fine. That's it. That's all you need because you want to fold it. You want to, New York style it.
I'm not a New York pizza fan. I am a Detroit/Chicago, as deep as possible, thick, bready, hearty crust. Like that's my jam. Stuffed pizza all the way. Stuffed crust all the way even more. There was an ad a number of years ago for Domino's in Germany. Follow me. Okay?
Okay.
They did, in fact, let me look this up real quick. Oops, let me go. There it is. Okay, I found it.
Okay.
Open image in new tab. Can we see that? Yes, we can.
Oh my gosh! What? Is that a cheese pretzel hot dog?
That is a hot dog in a pizza crust. Okay.
All right. I don't know if I'm down with that.
This was originally only offered in Germany. It did eventually come stateside to a couple different locations. But that was it. Okay.
Okay.
We asked our local Domino's, who we knew the owners of the franchise for, would you be willing to do a custom pizza where you did a hot dog crust for us? And they did. Now, the backstory on this is my boss at the time, his favorite thing in the world was wiener dogs.
Okay.
You like the bread wrap, hot dog.
Okay, yeah.
Gosh, what do they call that? I think it's wiener dog, right? So
pigs in a blanket type thing?
Yeah, pigs in a blanket, basically, yeah. Wiener wrap, excuse me, wiener wrap. That's the proper phrase for it. So we had, unbeknownst to my boss, we had 5 pizzas made, and we just had a lunch party in the office one day with 100% hot dog pizza. And let me tell you, that was freaking great.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no. I would try it, but it just does not sound appealing.
It doesn't sound amazing when you like hot dog pizza. No. But what you do is you eat the pizza down to the crust, and then now you have a wiener wrap with like this butter garlic rich crust at the end.
See that?
You have a slice of pizza, and then you have a wiener wrap at the end. That's the special. That's the ticket to it.
There you go. I could see that.
Yeah. So, it was great. It was great. Yeah, and let me be clear. It's not that I won't do New York pizza. I will totally do a fold pizza and eat it, and, walk down the street and all that kind of thing. I've had New York pizza. In fact, there's a place in downtown Salem that does New York style pizza, and they're freaking amazing. They're literally a little hole in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
The whole restaurant is about 8 feet wide and about 30 feet deep. And so you walk in there, and there's a little bar that makes you a pizza. And then there's like 3 tables, and then you're out. And they make some really, really great pizza. I don't know that I'm going there every day, though. Like, I'll have it once a quarter if I feel like pizza and I'm downtown.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's especially, I guess for me, the one thing I'll say, I haven't had true New York style pizza. I haven't gone to New York. I haven't gone to the East Coast, upper East Coast end, and been like, oh, I got that authentic Tony's or whatever it is.
Hey!
You know,
Yeah.
apparently that's supposed to be, amazing,
Yeah.
whatever. So over here, yeah, we get on the West Coast a bit more of that Chicago, that deep dish, the pan-esque style. And I still like it. Yeah, I still do like it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's kind of hard for me to justify a whole slice of New York or a whole pie of New York. I seem to I need to consume more of it to get full
Yeah.
than I can have 2-3 slices of the pan and then I have leftovers. And to me, that's justification. It's like, oh, this was delicious, and I have leftovers, and it was the exact same price. So
Yeah.
I'm always going to get this.
Yeah. I need to make a pilgrimage to Chicago, to Detroit, to New York. Like I've been to some of these. I've been to Chicago a couple times. I've never. It's been for like meetings though, where it's like I fly to Chicago, I have a meeting for like 7 hours, and then I fly home. I've had a couple of those, and that was horrible. I've never really been to Chicago. I've never been to Detroit. I've never been to New York. In fact, my flight to Nova Scotia a couple of months ago was delayed to the point that I had to spend the night in Montreal. That is the first night I've ever spent in the Eastern Time Zone.
Ah, okay.
So, like, I've been to the Eastern Time Zone a couple of times, but it's been like dip a toe in and dive out. I've never actually gotten a hotel room in an Eastern Time Zone before until Montreal. So that was interesting. But yeah, no, I need to get some New York pizza. I need to get some Chicago pizza. I need to get some Detroit deep dish. Like I am all about the Detroit deep dish. That is my jam.
Yeah,
some good pizza in Minneapolis. I keep threatening this, and maybe it'll have to happen this next year. I would love to do like TechTuber collaboration road trips where I fly into an area and then I rent a car, and let's say I fly into Detroit and I hit up Tom and Jay, and then I drive to Minneapolis and I spend some time with Tim and Veronica, and then I fly home from Minneapolis. Like you spend 6 days, 2 days in Detroit, 2 days in Minneapolis, 5 days total or something like that. And you hit like 4 YouTubers and you do a whole bunch of collaborations. You go out and have some excellent food. And then you fly home and you just make a 5-day trip of it. That sounds fun.
With a vlog in between.
With vlogs in between. And so out of like a week of content or a week of being gone, you get 4 individual videos with 4 different content creators. Plus you can vlog the entire trip for a 5th. Like, who didn't want 5 videos in 5 days? Like, holy crap. Yeah. Veronica says, I will take you to Free Geek Twin Cities. I would love to go to Free Geek Twin Cities. We had a Free Geek in Portland, but they stopped doing... you can't go in the store anymore. It's online sales only, and so you can't rummage through bins and look for things. It's the most ridiculous thing ever.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I will go to Minneapolis just to visit Free Geek Twin Cities. But then, fly into St. Louis and you hit up Jeff Geerling and Bite My Bits, and then I drive a little east and I go hit Epos Vox and Wendell, and then I fly home. Like, and you do those 4 in that little 500-mile road trip. Like, heck yes. You fly to Texas for God knows what reason, and you hit up Raid Owl. Oh wait, no, it's only Raid Owl in Texas. Okay, screw Texas. Sorry, Brett. But no, so I've thought about doing this a number of times, and then even hitting up like YouTube adjacent people, flying to New York and doing a video with Greg with How to Drink, heading down to Florida. I hit up Salazar, and then head over and do something with Tavarish, and then fly home. You know, like it doesn't have to be tech related. So yeah, I've thought a lot about this because I think there's a lot of opportunities for a lot of crossover, and it'd be fun if I just had a travel budget and I could go spend 5 days, you know, driving between different people. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Free Geek and Micro Center in the same area. You had me at hello. Cheese says we need to do a proper video or two together during CES. I absolutely agree. I would love to do some content at CES. So yes, let's make that happen. Who's all coming to PDXLAN this weekend? I'm leaving tomorrow. John will be there all day Friday.
Yep.
We'll probably, I don't know what your schedule is on Friday, like when you're heading home, but we'll probably do like a lunch and a dinner outing.
I'll probably be there for that.
Yeah.
I was thinking, you know, not super late, but I'll be there past dark.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah, totally.
So and then what time do you guys get up?
The LAN opens at 10. And so if you want to be there at 10, we can come in, play for a couple hours. We'll go get some lunch. There's quite a few tap houses and burger joints and things like that right around there that we like to frequent.
So there's not like a breakfast. We're not doing a breakfast thing.
We can do a breakfast thing if you want to come up for breakfast. Yeah.
All right.
I'll get up.
So I mean, I'll because I'm basically gonna be leaving the same time I leave for work. So I was like, yeah,
oh yeah,
might as well just.
Yeah,
so
come on up. We'll do breakfast Friday morning somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah,
that sounds fun. Like I said, I was going to be there all day. So anyone's there wants to do breakfast? I don't.
Is it 9 or 10?
Steve?
I think it's 10. Let me double check what time the LAN actually opens. 24. Calendar pre-registration 6 p.m. on Thursday. LAN opens 10 a.m. The building opens, so we are closed from 3 a.m. to 2 a or to 10 a.m. The idea being go to your hotel and shower, please. Oh, I need to pack my keyboard. 12 p.m. on Saturday is the keyboard meetup. I need to bring my monoblock keyboard. I keep missing the keyboard meetup, and I don't mean to. I think I need to make the keyboard meetup this weekend. Oh, geez. You need to stay till Saturday. Saturday, there's a StarCraft Brood War tournament.
Ooh. I do have things I need to get done Saturday, unfortunately. Wait, what's going on Friday?
Friday is a Connect 4 contest and a red light, green light contest.
I mean...
yeah, Friday is all like the fun games, like the active games, non-PC games. 2 p.m. there's a puzzle contest. 1 p.m. there's a Play-Doh contest. So yeah, it's all the fun like camp games on Friday.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Saturday is a Brood War tournament. Noon is the keyboard meetup. 12:30 is the keyboard challenge, which is how quickly can you reassemble the keycaps on a keyboard.
Oh.
Can you memorize all 104 keys and put them back on a keyboard?
Where's Maniac? We need him there.
Right. Yeah, Manic Geek. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Manic Geek. Yeah. Help. Do it with one hand.
Yeah.
Eyes closed.
Then 4:30 p.m. is the Case Mod finale. And then 5 o'clock, NVIDIA's doing a presentation. There's a couple more tournaments throughout the day on Saturday. So, yeah. Breakfast beers? Breakfast beers.
Breakfast beers. So oatmeal stout.
Yeah.
Duh.
I'm not much of a Bloody Mary fan.
No.
Like, I can't think of any breakfast cocktail outside of a mimosa that I actually enjoy. Because trust me, I enjoy the crap out of a mimosa.
Espresso martini.
Ooh, yes.
I could do that. I could do an espresso martini for breakfast. Or just an Irish coffee. I mean, that's the easiest one.
Hey, Gearling's in chat now. Would love a Free Geek STL. We used to have neat little vintage shops here. Yeah, Portland had a Free Geek for the longest time. We still technically do, but they don't do in-store shopping anymore. Down in the Eugene area, Goodwill, of all places, opened up a vintage tech shop. And so you can go in there and they have everything. I've seen everything from Osborne terminals and AGP graphics cards to like modern systems, and they just have them. And it's great. It's over on gosh.
Oh god. I know what.
You know what's funny is it's over where Future Shop used to be. There's God, what is the name of that highway?
Why don't I know it? I used to go there all Broadway?
God dang it. I'm from Eugene and I'm drawing a blank on.
I used to go to Eugene for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Broadway. No,
Beltline.
It's not
off
Beltline.
Beltline.
Beltline, that's right.
Yeah.
Beltline.
They
right next to the mall.
they renamed it the Rande Pape Beltline, and so that's why I forget what it is now. It's the Beltline, but yeah.
Yeah, it's next to the Walmart Guitar Center.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Before the Walmart was there, it was a Future Shop and a Best. And then they had they brought in another wing of like this area, and they brought in a home base store, which became Home Depot.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It used to be Home Base. Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, Future Shop. We bought a number of PCs from that Future Shop. There were two electronic stores right there. There was the Best, which was like the department store, but like for lost toys. It was the 1980s department store. And then there was a Future Shop, and it wasn't a Circuit City. It was something else. There was something else that used to be there. I don't remember the name of it. There were like two like major franchises that in the late 90s went out of business that sold PCs, and I don't remember the second one. Yeah, that Goodwill is nice for vintage stuff. Yeah, no, most of the electronics and PC parts in the state get filtered to that Goodwill, so they can sell it at their storefront. And so if you're looking, Good Guys, yes, Good Guys, yes, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I remember Good Guys.
Jason for the win. Nicely done, sir. Yeah, it was Good Guys in Future Shop. That's right. Egghead was over by Valley River. We had Egghead software over by Valley River. We never had a Fry's down there, and the Circuit City was over by Gateway. Mall, and that Circuit City is now a Walmart neighborhood store.
Yep.
And the Circuit City here in Salem is now an REI. Yeah, it was a Good Guys and a Future Shop right next to the Best. Yep. And then the Walmart that went in there, I believe, was the first Walmart ever to be put in a city of more than 50,000 people. It was one of the first like major expansions of Walmart into like the conglomerate that they are now.
God, I forgot about Egghead Software.
Yep. There was also a software etc. inside the mall. So, vintage Eugene.
Good times.
Crap, that was 30 years ago.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Make yourself feel old now.
Oh, God.
We're going to be in the 40s.
Sam Goody. We had a Sam Goody in Valley River Center.
Yeah.
Mall? What is this foreign word? Yeah. Oh, good times. Good times. Jeff is only 30 years old. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. I've been married for 20, which makes that really weird. But thank you. 18 years. 18 years this year.
18?
Yeah.
I'm on 15.
Yep.
16 this coming up?
Yeah.
15 this, 16 coming up. Or
yeah.
maybe 16, 17. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's 50. I think it's 50. 16's coming up.
Yeah, in my friend group, I have the longest marriage except for Steve.
Yeah. Yeah, no, same. Other than you, and then family members, I have the longest.
Yeah. No. How's that back pain? It's okay today. How did you know?
It's the knees that are getting me.
I swear to God. I walked upstairs yesterday, and I got this shooting pain down the left side of my shin. And it's like, what the hell did I do? I don't even know. I didn't step wrong. I slept well the night before. And all of a sudden, it's like I walked upstairs, and it wasn't like a cramp. It was just like this shooting, sharp pain down the front left of my left shin.
I remember growing up and thinking like, when I buy a house, it's going to be a 2-story house because I love that. That's just like, those are awesome. They have stairs. And now I'm like, man, those ranch style houses are looking real nice right now.
My wife doesn't come downstairs unless she has to. So
like,
the only thing downstairs are the 2 kids' bedrooms, the laundry room, and then my office here. And she
makes you do laundry.
We have our oldest do 90% of the laundry. That's her chore. That's her chore. And so her job is to keep laundry circulating. And when there's 5 or 6 people in the house, her job is to, when she gets home from school, switch the laundry, make sure there's a new load started. Before she goes to bed, do it one more time, and that's her job. But my wife will holler down, "Hey, could you take care of the laundry?" It's like I'm filming right now, and I'll hear, thump, 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 thump. How dare you?
I know. My wife will ask me to get something. Like I just came upstairs. Hey, could you go grab me this? Like. You're kidding, right? I'm tired. It's the end of the day. Why do we have these stairs?
Yeah. We're in a split level too, so it's thump 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 pause. Thump 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 thump.
Yeah, no, we have the little island, so yeah, it's a similar.
Yeah, similar.
It's like, it's just like, And then now I have my wife's decorated for Christmas on this. So now anytime I carry anything semi-large, all right, dodge the Christmas trees that are up here.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we have been decorated for Christmas since mid-October.
Yeah. No one does Christmas like John's family does Christmas.
Oh, hang on. I'm going to show you this. So my wife was feeling very down because of everything that happened.
If you want to show it on camera, shoot it to me on Discord, and I can put it full screen.
Yeah, I will. She wanted to go shop. So her first time going out, because she just had surgery, and so she wanted to go out, do her thing. Her favorite thing is Christmas shopping, and she found this particular item, a buck, a statue, a Christmas golden buck, 6 feet by like 6 feet. And it's now in our bedroom. Yeah. So that's one display of the antlers there. So it's like, okay. Well.
Mrs. John, I hope you're not watching, and if you are, I love you. You're a sweetheart. You know this is all in fun. It is amazing, the Christmas decorations that happen around John's household for 9 months of the year.
Yeah.
They will go up in August. They won't come down until April.
Well, yeah, you're just like end of February. She starts questioning, like, maybe this year.
Maybe it's about time.
Maybe it's about time. You know. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, it's little bit by little bit.
When we started doing the merch, I dropped off a proof of all the merch for you, and so your glasses and your flasks and coasters and everything else. Like, hey, is this good? Any corrections? That kind of thing. And your wife was the only one home, and so I knocked on the door and whatnot. She opens the door. There's a Christmas tree in the living room, and it's August.
Oh yeah. And it's not like one of those Christmas trees.
Don't yell at me. Wait. Yell at me. Don't yell at John.
They decorate it for different seasons. You know, like, there's the Valentine's Day ones, and it's a tree to decorate. No. Yeah. It was Christmas. It was Christmas.
Themed.
Yeah. Yes. If we don't count the 2 small trees in the landing.
Yeah.
There are 5 6-foot trees, 6 to 7 foot trees in our house.
Yeah. My house growing up was fairly similar, in that we had to put a moratorium on playing Christmas music before Halloween, because my dad is almost as equally obsessed, not as much, but close. He loves getting up Christmas lights and getting up all the holiday decorations. I guarantee as of November 6th, his house is stacked to the nines with Christmas stuff. But we put a moratorium in place. You have between November 1st, the day after Halloween, because Halloween is still a holiday that happens, until the week after New Year's. By January 7th, it's got to come down.
Yeah. Nope.
We'll extend it to the 10th, depending on how the weekends land, but that's a sliding scale, but still with a hard cutoff. So yeah.
Oh yeah, no, she even plays Christmas music 12 months out of the year in her office.
Yeah.
So as she's working, she has QVC on her TV, but it's muted, and it's Christmas music all the time. She's like, "Oh, it just calms me down." I was like, I am so sick of Bing Crosby and Mariah Carey. I mean, I was already sick of that, but it's just like, oh my god.
Your wife is why Mariah Carey can afford the cryogenic freezing between seasons.
Pretty much. All of those Pandora Spotify
I want you to tell her that and then let me know what her reaction is.
That's funny.
Anyway, it is 7 minutes past the hour. We probably got maybe 1 or 2 minutes left. John, anything good to the order? Anything?
No, I got a couple shows getting in the works. I'm trying to do a little bit faster content, so there'll be more content coming. And Friday, if any of you are there, I will be at PDXLAN. So come to that and hang out, visit. I'll play some games, but I also came to just hang out with the people that are there.
Yep.
So it'll be fun.
Yep. Yeah, I'm bringing a full setup for John. I'll have it set up literally ready for him to just sit down and go, which is kind of fun. If you're at PDXLAN, come say hi. Come say hi to us. I'm not going to get offended if you tap me on the shoulder and want to say hi. I enjoy that kind of stuff. I want to talk to you. It's part of the reason why I do what I do. I enjoy meeting people. I enjoy hearing, what you get out of my content. I've met so many people who have gotten jobs because they got interested in home lab and then started a home lab and then got a job as an IT like help desk guy and then moved on to like network administration. It's like, holy crap. Yes, that is freaking amazing. I'm changing lives over here. Who knows, but it's fun, and the reason I do this is because it's fun. I got into this for a hobby and it became the way to live my life, and now I get to live this life and it's fun. So come say hi. Anyway, we talked about Patreon rule changes. We talked about a lot of other things. If you like the content you see, support the content you see, especially independent journalists, especially small creators like myself, especially like John. If you like, the beer content you see on this channel, John does a fantastic job and doesn't get the credit that I think he deserves. So
yeah, thank you. And don't forget to join the Discord. We're going to be doing stuff here, but if you do like this type of stuff, the credit, this content, you got to join the Discord to make sure it keeps going. It's going to change, but I think it'll probably always change for the better. That's the way this channel is always operating. I think it'll continue to operate that way.
Yes, absolutely. As always, if you like this video, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Join the Patreon to get access to the Discord. That's how you do it. We will probably have new tiers probably sometime in the next 6 months as I figure out how we want to do the tiering system. But I'm going to kind of put that up to the community as far as what do you guys want to see out of all of it, because I'm curious. But yeah, if you like the content, pay for content. It definitely helps us out. But other than that, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to go watch the latest video that I definitely might have published too early. Let me tell you, that was not a fun way to wake up. The problem with most embargoes is they happen at like 5 or 6 a.m. my time.
Yeah.
And so if you set the wrong day, you're dead asleep. And I had finally gotten some sleep after like a really long weekend, and even went on and double checked the embargo date before I posted, and still clicked the wrong day. So uploaded the video and hit scheduled, and then went, oh yeah, of course it's Tuesday. Why wouldn't it be Tuesday? It's always Tuesday. It was Wednesday this time. But I verified the 6 a.m. time and hit publish, and that was a mistake. Because my phone started going off at 6:16 a.m. With a phone call. I didn't answer the phone, but I went, who the hell is freaking telemarketer at 6 a.m.? What the hell?
Yep.
So I grabbed my phone and I'm like, no, go away. And so I muted the call. And then I just flicked up out of habit and it brought up my notifications. And the very first notification I see is from ID Promnut, who is not only one of my moderators over on Discord, he's also the developer of Axe Effect. He's the one that I've been contracting with to develop the hardware and software for it. And it's a message from him. It's a DM from him. And I went, okay. And it goes, hey, there are some people who are concerned that you posted a video and it's under embargo. And I went, oh, you're fucking kidding me.
That got you right up.
That got me right up. And so I literally threw the covers back and I'm running out of the room going, oh. I run and my wife's going, what is wrong? And I'm like, it's okay.
I'll tell you later.
Or it'll be okay. But it's going to be a long morning. And so I run downstairs and I don't even verify anything. I just get online and go private. And And the video was indeed live. It was live for 19 minutes. And it's like, I cannot believe I did that. And so I don't know who called me at 6:16, but I just call back. And the answer I get is, hello, this is, no, sorry. The answer I got was, hey, Jeff. And I went, I know whose number this is. This is my AMD rep.
Oh.
Hi, buddy. How's it going? Good morning. And I went, I am so sorry. And he goes, it's okay. Thank you for responding right away. And I went, and he goes, I understand. You hit the wrong day. And I went, I hit the wrong day. And he goes, yeah, you hit the wrong day. It's okay. Breathe. And I went, I'm so sorry.
Now there's going to be all these articles. They ripped it. They know it. They got it.
Yeah. So I've never been screenshotted like that before. So that's kind of fun. Go watch the video. It's a good video. YouTube hates re-uploads. I deleted the video because there is a way to get around privates sometimes, and so I just deleted the video out of an abundance of caution. But the problem is, if you delete a video, YouTube goes, "Oh, this video again." No.
Yep.
So I got 1,700 views in the first 16 minutes that video was live. I didn't have 1,600 views for the first 3 hours the video was live this time. This chair did better than AMD's 9800X 3D. So go watch the video. I would very much appreciate it. Share the video. Comment on the video. Like the video. Subscribe. Unsubscribe and then resubscribe. Do all the interaction. I would appreciate it. Double videos on Floatplane? No, I privated the video on Floatplane. And I just left that private because like 12 people watch that anyway. Most people still watch on YouTube, even though they subscribe on Floatplane. So I appreciate all the Floatplane people. But I privated that video and I left that video. So then I could recopy the description and then post that back to the main video when I re-uploaded that. So I didn't have to rewrite it. Novella Hub says, drink more barley wine.
Yep. Good idea.
It's always great advice. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. As always, we will see you next week.
See you guys.
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe we'll stream tomorrow. I don't know. We'll find out. Cheers, everyone.
Yep.
And we're out.